I was thinking about back to that video I made about attraction or whatever, and that was like, you can be a four, look like a four, I guess. Your attraction level can be a four, but like once people get to know you and everything's put together, it could, excel up to an eight. Well, I also was thinking about how, throughout my lifetime, I've met men that were like eights and nines, whew, I mean, like super fan. Kind of make you put the rules to the side and stuff. But what I realized is like, even though, that energy and that chemistry can be intense and strong, when you see those kind of guys, like, not all of them, but a lot of them are the kind of guys who are like always, asking somebody to bum a cigarette. They're always, asking for a few dollars from somebody, till next Friday to get their haircut or something, even though they just got paid. Kind of like that song Bills, 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 I think it is. And she was like, didn't you get your check? You know, and, I've turned, it's hard to say this. Listen, but anyway, I've turned guys down, just because I'm thinking like, no, if we become intimate, now your problems are gonna become my problems, and I don't want to be attached to it, so I pass. You know, I don't know how that comes across, but it's like that. Like, just being super fine ain't enough anymore either. If you're, a user, if you don't know how to, budget, plan your own stuff, or, either work two jobs or, get the education so that, your one job takes care of it, or entrepreneurship or something. Like being fine ain't enough. Being fine, driving your girlfriend's car, like, that don't impress me. Now the fine is like, I appreciate it from afar, like a picture or something. But I've learned that, like, it ain't worth it just because a person off the charts is fine. That's, I'll take a 6 or a 7 that got herself together, or at least understand the way of the world, how things work, that it's an ebb and flow, that everybody has to do something to contribute, to, somebody has to scoop the ice cream, somebody has to make the ice cream, for example, you know what I mean? Like, the fast food restaurant workers are making sure whatever you do, the janitors or the doctors and nurses have a place to come get something to eat. It's like a check and balance. And I'm more of I believe it should be 60-40. I guess it could also depends on, who's making more and by how much. Like if one person makes, 45,000, the other person makes 150,000, maybe it's not 60-40. But as a whole, I guess I feel like men, like y'all got the testosterone. So that's basically extra, strength, energy, you know, I guess gumption or what have you. You don't have to, that cycle of downtime that women have, et cetera, and everything. But and I do believe that males are supposed to be the leadership ultimately, but it's also a partnership. But I guess just like a little bit higher. I, I'm really attracted to intellect and wit, more than just look. Like that can overpower a look. You know, I ain't trying to throw him under the bus, but I might have said it before. But like take Lil Wayne for example. Just seeing him on the street somewhere, I wouldn't fight to get next to him. But that same guy puts out all that energy on the raps and all this, that, and the third. I mean, he looked just as handsome as T.I., for example, somebody who don't have to do a lot to be seen. Even if T.I. didn't rap, he the kind of guy that, most of us would push somebody down just to get to him, you know. But Wayne, like his overall persona and everything, puts him neck and neck. Wayne, Nipsey, all those type guys, for example, with all that swag. That's just, a handful of them. Brian McKnight, he ain't, thuggish or nothing, and he's, a handsome guy. And I always love some John B, for example. You know, I guess I like edgy. intellect with some edginess, not like total gutter thug. Anyway, all right, I'm rambling.